Good morning, guys. We have FlyQuest versus C9. I'm just gonna get straight into the first game. I've been watching these teams for a little bit, especially because I work in the NA scene. And, of course, FlyQuest should be the favorites. I mean, they play the best across all the teams. They have the best jungler pretty much in the West. I mean, Aloya is like the only other player who kind of gets remotely close in terms of just sheer like play, right? But Inspired's always been the player in the West to me that was closest to how a Korean jungler would play. And like successful doing it over and over and over again. So they have to ban Yone. This is very common. This ban here, this is very common. It's mostly just because Quad is not really a good Yone player. They ban Azir. You see Nico, that's for Busio, which makes sense. Nico is literally Busio's best pick. Busio's the kind of guy who plays well on like Bard, Nico. Other Enchanter picks, Rakan, Rel, and then others I just don't really care for. Vi, interesting. So we have Pantheon and Xin Zhao are up. Ari's up. Callista is up. Moss is a fantastic Callista player. I've never seen a one-pick Kai'Sa, so I don't think it's that. Varus. Okay, so they're doing the Varus variant. Interesting. And they slam Rise. Okay, so they're gonna play Cassio into it. This is like they're obviously baiting him to play Cassio. Okay, so he's playing Cassio, and then typically you would take Xin Zhao here, like as just like the other AD jungler answer. You could also play Nefiri as well. Especially because they already picked their AP mid, but they actually just slam Alistar. Like straight up. Which at this point, I feel like if you're Thanatos, I think you just take your top laner. I mean, Bwipo has a very specific pool. They're gonna ban like, I mean, yeah, I might just hold it because you can do Zyrakan, you can do Lucian Nami, you can do a Senna lane technically into this and be fine with Nautilus. There's a lot of options, so I feel like you can definitely drop your bot lane and get some value out of that. If they take their AD, like they're just gonna pinch the good support picks with the AD, which is like not as ideal. So is there a good blind top that they could do? They're gonna slam Senna. The thing is, they're gonna lose Nautilus. They're gonna lose Nautilus, and they're gonna lose what else? Do they actually need to do another ban for Senna? This might be Nautilus ban, that's all they need. Does Vulcan play Rumble support? Bard. Wow, so they want them to play it. And they slammed Yorick, which I love the Yorick slam. To be honest, I do love the Yorick slam. But you didn't ban Nautilus. And they also, so like, there's also two AD junglers that were up that they could have taken out. I feel like that's just weird. They ended up going with Rel. But Rel is like the worst option into Alistar. Like, the better option is definitely Nautilus. Like, you pick Nautilus into Alistar, by the way. And his ulti would be way more annoying. Huh. I don't know what to make of that. Let's see what they do. Level 1 wise. They're playing Alistar, they're playing Cho'Gath. York could definitely just push them out. I mean, for sure, red side is stronger level 1. So they get a ward on Raptors. Ooh, they're gonna just invade. Oh god, they actually just... He actually shouldn't... I was gonna say he shouldn't do the red. Yeah, like to me... Oh, okay. I mean... Okay. That's interesting. Yeah, Varus suffers a little bit for that, but... Like, I was gonna say... When you're doing this invade, if you just did the Raptors, because they know 100% for the most, well, they don't know 100% that it's warded, but like, there's no way enemy can like make a counterplay for you taking it. And so like, that would have been good enough. Like, he wouldn't went up a camp, and I've seen Aloya do this, and it would have been great. He didn't do that. The top lane matchup is really fucking annoying. People did used to play Cho'Gath into Yorick. Like, I've seen that in solo queue. And the idea is just like, he walks up, like, you know, that's all he can really do. And once he gets low enough, like, yeah, you can actually one-shot him before things get bad. That's like just really the basic idea. Also, like, you kind of just like wave clear, so like wave clear the wave, and he can't like hit as much, right? He got the fruits, which kind of sucks. I need to start from here. I need to go back just a little bit. Because while I was just like talking, I was just like thinking in my head about like the matchup versus like what's actually going on in the map. And ideally going into Grubs, it definitely could be a good fight for FlyQuest compared to C9. Especially because Cassio is like very, very annoying overall. Like in these skirmishes, like these early skirmishes, if she has good mana, like she just out DPS's like other champs so easily. And your like your CC doesn't come up as often. And if she has flash especially, like it just seems bad. That was a pretty killer kill. I mean, they're just taking the wave like normal. Like, there's nothing really... Well, they're not taking the wave at all. I don't know why Busio just fucking did that at all. To be honest, that was so... What the fuck? He's so stupid. Oh my god. Busio's so fucking stupid. There's so many reasons why this is awful. The first one is, if you look at mid, this guy's like, first off, well, okay, I mean, mid's like even, I guess that's something you consider, but like usually you don't combo in unless you have like phase rush as Alistar. Like you would combo and run away, right? And Varus will never be like in this position here. But when you combo like this, like you have nothing to stop this guy like reinitiating. So it's just like now Masu gets punished for you doing nothing, and I think they're mostly just doing it because Senna had no mana. Oh shit. And Whippo fucking TPs? Of all people, Whippo TPs? Whippo's like the worst person that could be TPing here. Because now York's gonna harvest top, so they need to actually recover top. And so that's why you see the mid jungle going up here. If he gets out, it's big. I think he's dead. He's definitely dead. He didn't pay attention to that. But yeah, that's not, like, I mean, that's just Busio's fault. Like, literally, Masu dies because of Busio. Like, they did not have to do that at all. The jungler wasn't even on that side. Now, the upside is that because Thanatos dies like this, so I don't even know where his maiden went. Where did his maiden go? Oh, I see. He ate the maiden. Is that actually how it works? Is the idea that Cho'Gath is supposed to eat the maiden? It's not going to work later. I guess it works now, but it's definitely not going to work later. So if they're taking the grubs already, and the Cassio's TPing top, the Pantheon can fully move downward. You don't need to defend top, so they're not going to do anything top. The only thing you need to worry about is if they move from mid to top. And they already have good pinks. And they actually have control of the dragon, which is very obnoxious. Well, he just... Why did he just... Huh? Like, if you're Blaber, you know for sure, with them finishing grubs now, and you're doing Raptors, it's kind of annoying because like they're
really good about that. Obviously beneficial for your team, but also important when you're playing against yours.
This is really annoying, actually.
Towards top to cover the grub take.
Ultimate down there for a champions. Good move after this as well for
Inspired.
So 2 kills in champion select. So getting a little bit dicey there in the aftermath.
Well, first off, he saved the top wave, which I don't mind.
Rel, proactive Pantheon ultimate down
because it does help the team a little bit. Like him saving the top wave does help. It is true though that they just took the mid wave, and technically, actually they should dive top.
Yep, and you're gonna see Whippos going back down towards bot.
Like Varus and Alistar should just straight send it top, and they should dive him.
3 grubs here for
and he should be dying, and like they're not even respecting it. Yeah, because look, you know what? Maybe it's not good to freeze this, or if they do, Rel needs to stay here, or she needs to ward this at least, right? Like ward this and then leave. This probably doesn't matter nearly as much, because to me, because they probably already, well, the grub's ward is not bad because he kind of sees them doing it too, right? So you might spend 2 wards that way, but yeah, they definitely could have just ran up here and zoned and dove him. Granted, they'll get this wave, but the Cho'Gath is kind of just clearing the wave, so I actually don't think there's anything. This guy's also kind of low mana. Yeah, also, you would give up the drag by doing this, but at this point, the dragon's so late, it doesn't matter. Kind of annoying. Yeah, he definitely would have died. He definitely would have died if they did that. But okay, so they don't do that. So if they're not doing that,
they left low for a gank. Good move on the
I'd rather not freeze the wave then as well. I would get a ward on grubs, and I would already like have the pan, like probably do red Raptors. I get why he wants the full clear. I really do. It's just. It's like, I'd rather be 3-stack on mid at least. Like, I want to be able to team, like, hitting mid wave first and moving into bots, but I can't because we didn't, like, our Rel's late, our Pantheon's late, so we can't do that. And then our Ryze needs to base TP, so I need to do camps. Oh, but I still can't go into River on this timer, which is true. He can't. And, like, I'm sure Inspired's just like, wait, what the fuck is this guy doing? The only upside is that Flippo's actually low mana. I don't know if they know that.
To potentially look for a fight.
Ooh, Blaber finding Inspired here. The Xinjiao has secured the Scuttle Crab already, and now Inspired's ready to try to turn this back around. A nice rupture coming in from Whippo. Blaber throws up the shield. He's trying to escape in time. A little bit more damage is still required on the field.
Like, even though Whippo dies, like, they got the bot wave. They got a kill. And they can't do the dragon because the jungler died, which is great for Inspired. Yeah, I mean, the Ryze literally had to sack the bot wave. Like, I feel like there was, you should. Oh god. Okay, well. Sure. And Maso has no flash. Like, he knows he can't be getting caught like that. Ever.
Let's take another look though. Whippo back up with the maiden. And the
That's funny. That's very funny how that plays out. But the thing is, even though he's able to like get rid of this, I guess you really got to get a big advantage in the beginning as Cho'Gath, because your ulti will come back up. Also, that was so useless. I don't know why he did that. I mean, because this Cho'Gath is not going to kill him, by the way. Like, they're just going to farm. So I'd rather Rel.
Champions in pro, but it does have a lot of counters, so it's surprising to me to see that it is.
In the LTA, you back up, the maiden says goodbye.
3 grubs,
That Maiden is just lunchman.
So they didn't want to do the drag anyways, huh? And that's just because Varus died? I guess so, because Varus didn't take a base. Varus should have based on this wave for the cannon. And maybe they could actually contest the drag, but he dies. So they lose drag. So he paths up top. So Rel knows there's going to be play on top. His jungler's pathing up top, I guess. I guess that's why. Because he is pathing up. The only thing is the Rel could have like cleared some vision on bot, because this is the least likely like situation to like occur. And since he's not there and he went top, yeah, he gets zoned bot. Yeah, okay, I was right. Like, York was not the champion that needed help, and since he went top to do this, it created a situation where Loki gets a little punished, and they also clip some plates. That sucks.
Yeah, you can see on the map as well. That play for the rush attempt, walking straight over the ward in the top lane. He's still right now, so he is getting out of there, but it is a decent coming out the top side. But then again, if the Spiders look at what was giving up during that, and all the camps were fully cleared, the Raptors just spawning out, and focus actually their first on that spawn of Raptors to get the ward. So we'll see if this extra vision that Inspire does not know about ends up punishing him. Yeah, immediately moving forward to join back up with Vulcan. They know Inspire's here. They're looking really contested chicken camp. Inspire's already secured the big one, and most of the small ones, these last couple of the ones that are still minus dead, those are C9 not really a whole lot of the vision they place down as Inspire to keep farming.
They kind of want to get out of these matchups. I don't think they want Cass and Cho'Gath in these matchups, especially Cho'Gath. Like, Cho'Gath is super useless into Rise. Oh, that's so unnecessary. Oh, that's so unnecessary by C9. Like, the Varus is O2, by the way. He's O2, he built a cheap item. Your Senna's doing fine. You just need guys on mid. That's it. Like, if you look at where it starts from here, like, he clears these camps, he has his red. We play on this next mid wave. Okay, he already took the mid wave. The Herald is coming up in 30. If you want to get this vision, that's fine. The Cass can always move over, but the York has TP, so the thing is, once you get this ward here, and you already have the mid wave, why is Vulcan not just wrapping around and just going for it?
Punishing.
I mean, like, Cass is showing bot too, isn't she?
That Inspire does not know about ends up punishing him.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, Blaber immediately moving forward to join.
Dude, I would just wrap around. I mean, you literally have TP on top as well. Like, if it's a full fist fight, you're gonna win. So that was a missed opportunity for him. Like, he should wrap around. He should just walk up. The Senna's gonna be here first, and enjoy the fight. Like, yeah, the Varus can do some poke from this location, but you're trying to create a situation, and if you push them out, yeah, like, cool, like, that's great, because now the cast has to respect it, but you stay in fog, Rel bases and heads back up here, and then you shift back into here. But this guy could possibly move up, or you can just keep hitting, you know? But the whole point is that you're not overloading all into bot. I mean, like, that's the big thing. Like, you're not going all in on bot, but, like, just look, the Pantheon moves up. The Rel didn't base. The Rel stayed bot. Why? Like, especially if you were not going to contest the Raptors, and let's say you just wanted to see them and you wanted the Panth to walk up, the Rel could actually start recalling now. Like, he could base now, and you could just fake this, and he'd be like, oh shit, oh shit, oh shit, right? Maybe he still takes it, right? But you're faking it. And then Rel would, again, come back up here, you're shifting back up here, this guy's super safe. Makes sense. They don't do that. C9 doesn't use their support, or doesn't even use the timer that they had on mid, and then, because they have no vision on support, they don't feel comfortable contesting the river, So he actually has one ward. They actually could do it. Like, they had a pink and a ward, so it was still doable with the vision they had. But then you overload bot by TP low-key bot? And if this guy just takes the wave in front of 4 people? Like, what? Like, what was that play? That was a terrible, terrible play. Also, notice the HP on the Maiden, it's 2k now, right? And again, when you get to level 16, it's going to be like 3 or 4k. That's, like, Cho'Gath is never going to kill that. Like, notice, like, look at this. Look how much damage he needs to do to this Maiden to even get, like... And by the time he gets there, like, he loses solo to the York. So, that's why it's just kind of, like, pointless. Also, how did these guys just die? Because I haven't 3 times, I'm just watching this fight. Also, I'm kind of surprised that he's, like, so scared. I'm fist fighting this guy. Like, he's fucked. Just all in him now. No?
As Whippo just continues trading with Thanatos up here.
Like, he just used his Q, by the way, so he doesn't have Q for at least like 3 seconds or like 4 seconds. So just go up to him and just smack him and like hit him again, smack him again, and then run away. Like, he's not gonna kill you. Like, you're gonna out heal the damage. I don't know if he's trying to avoid the Heartsteel proc, but like...
Not just yet. The Maiden's still doing some good damage, though, back onto the Cho'Gath.
Yeah, it is getting low, though, now, so it's getting close to range.
But yeah, these guys shouldn't contest. I mean, they got the midway. I mean, why is Blaber not with the team, by the way? Like, they herald. Like, FlyQuest heralds this. They're dropping the bot wave. But if they really wanted to contest this, like, also, it looks like Varus is recalling for his item. So, like, they were never going to fight this. So, they didn't want to fight it because Varus didn't have his item. Which... I guess is okay. The only thing that sucks about this is that Cass is on 2 items, so like Cass is actually stronger, like much stronger. And the Varus like extra item, yeah, it does make a difference, but
important to note here as well, it's the kills feat for FlyQuest, it's the turret feat for
I don't know.
It's all gonna come down
like they would have been able to enter the river.
The Haunting guys. So is a little bit behind on Big 2. The biggest deal
That's in the end of the day, they just don't want to drop, like, drop the camps, drop the farm. Yeah, it's kind of like hard to contest, like, to take it. You can do a fight, but it's hard to like take it. So now they're taking a fight because they have the items up.
Yeah, bottom side, we've already got the fight over the Drake as Emmeet back onto the trading.
So that's why they think it's quick, but also at the same time, why is Blaber on fucking wolves? Like,
FlyQuest is already a slight gold lead off of it. Important to note.
Like, if I look at this, like, they just crashed this, but they're not moving into your vision yet. So why would you not just move down and clear the vision with the boys? Because the Rise is on a shift timer. Like, this is like NACL like macro, by the way. Like, just understanding this timer. So what is he doing? I don't know. Like, I genuinely don't know what he's doing. They could have had this finished already. Like, there should never be a timer in which FlyQuest can actually kill them. Looking at it. So they just die. They just, like, randomly die for 0.
So that is a costly exit there. 4-5-9. At the very least, lucky Blaber was able to secure that Q final. Obviously a very good smite here. So he was able to claim that would have been a disaster otherwise.
I mean, we always talk about Blaber. Teams always against them. It gets through in game 1 here is upper bracket finals. Off with 3-0 start. He's got all the tools he needs to carry this game. As now top lane 0 about to fall, crashing away into that one. Brings the gold lead for FlyQuest up to 3,000 20 minutes of the game. I think that'd be really happy to see.
Absolutely. You see Quad, big early advantage here over 1k at 14. Really looking good on this Cassio. And Ripper second, touch on that. He's going to work on that aggressive build, build. He doesn't like to do this a lot on a lot of tanky plays. Obviously on sign, you always see him go for Titanic and overload 1 nail in there, rather than pure tank. He wants to be able to put out some threat. This does allow you to do that. Has a little bit extra threat. If you're shooting north this guy, fight past him, getting on squad, you can definitely punish someone and you go a bit more, he's got 80 bruiser builds. See how that works out for him. There probably is going to be another fight coming up soon. We do the Oddcon spawning less than 30 seconds. Meanwhile, the Dragon going to spawn in about 2.5 minutes here, so nobody has the confidence to go out the Oddcon. Considering both teams are now
I don't even feel like the cast has really been that insane by any means. Like, it's just C9 just being like, it's such so slow. Like, you just don't take the timers that are given to you. Okay, they get Otacon.
Yeah, and you definitely, like, you agree with that call, right? You don't actually fight right now. Cassio had to take over the 10 for the extra level on Riot Ages. Plus, after getting the Otacon play against the Flowers, got a 2-level lead here. It's level 15 for him over Loki. So definitely would be dangerous, like walking into a small corridor for 15 and better stuff for team fighting.
You can see the average stats at 14 and 20, so he's 20 in the market, 21 now, and has 61, where he averages 27 stacks, so behind the curve as that goes. Hasn't really been involved in a lot of scrapping. He's mostly just kind of catching waves, which means he is not getting incredible levels. But this game does feel like it is heading long. Because I'm not too early, Dragon's likely to extend it.
They really don't feel confident in contesting mid when their Senna's like this strong. Like, are you serious? Like, why are we doing so many weird side plays as C9? I don't get it. Like, I'm looking at this and it's like, Senna's on the wave, the Pantheon is doing his camps. This next wave we can 100% have 4 people on mid with Senna, and Senna's strong. We're, for some odd reason, leaning top while our Pantheon is doing Krugs. Like, what is our Pantheon actually doing, by the way? Like, actually, what is he doing in this game? I feel like Blaber is just so awful. Like, what happened to this guy, man? He's so, his brain is so cooked. He's so cooked as a player.
Ahead of Loki in terms of EXP.
So he goes in, his Senna can't hit at all. He does this just so he can get the blue. They kind of overextend playing into the Pantheon where the Senna can hit.
Tries to go for an engage, but Inspired doing a good job staying alive there with the ulti Quad the flash back over the wall, but Quad is shut down. Big movement there for C9, but FlyQuest are not yet finished. They're going in after Sven. Inspired, but the wind becomes lightning, but a nice shutdown back over to Loki. Secure there onto the blue buff.
I didn't see this a little bit more. Like, I mean, luckily enough, Blaber is playing in a position where, like, Lucio should not go in, technically. Like, at this point, they should let the cast just walk up and hit Blaber. Like the melee should not go on Blaber at all here.
It's a little bit of damage. Blaber with a nice secure in terms of EXP.
If you're Vulcan, I mean, you're just getting poked, right? But at this point, Vulcan could actually move below.
Now he's in danger himself. Whippo.
Oh.
Ready to join
He
up
fucked it up.
as Vulcan tries to go for an engage, but Inspired doing a good job himself.
Wow, Vulcan actually fucked that up so hard, by the way.
Secure there onto the blue buff, but now he's in danger.
So, like, look at this. Like I said, so these guys should have played here. The Cass and whatever just hits this guy. You don't overextend. He's gonna have to flash. I mean, you're basically just getting his flash and you're losing no HP for it. Like, Blaber already fucked up by going in initially. Right? He shouldn't have gone in while his Senna was not hitting. But whatever. His Senna now has the option to do a few things here. She could stay here, which is probably not bad. The Rel should be flashing this way with her R. 100%. Like, she should flash that way. But look what he does. Why the fuck does he flash at the wall? Why would you not flash this way? Because they're cut off. If you go in, they're cut off. And then the Rise, like, the cast is now the target. The cast is like stuff. Barely survive. Like, I don't know what the fuck Loki's doing, by the way. I actually genuinely don't know what the fuck Loki's doing.
Whippo ready to join up here for the fight as Vulcan tries to go for an engage, but Inspired doing a good job staying alive there with the Whippo ready to join up here for the fight as Vulcan.
York has flash, by the way.
Now he's in danger himself. Whippo ready to a little bit
Dude,
of damage.
These guys are actually so fucked in this. The second they extended, look how fucked this is. The Yorick, he sees them here, right? Like, he sees them all here. The Yorick literally just has to play in this location, and he just flashes over when it's necessary. Because if the Rel wraps this way, and the Yorick wraps this way, what the fuck do you do? You're fucked. You're actually fucked as FlyQuest. Your comp does not do well in this situation. And you're using your CDs here. So both Inspired and Busio already griefed this. But the fact that Thanatos wraps around this way is what makes it awful. Like, him going this way, he's just stuck fighting the Cho'Gath, and Whippo now has insane value in the fight. Wow. Oh my god. That's so funny. So C9 inted, Blaber inted, then Busio inspired inted, then Thanatos inted. And the end result is that they thankfully only turns into like... Well, they still lose. They still lose, huh? But I think that's just because they overchased, right? Like at this point, they just need to draw back. Also, shouldn't Masu just...
But quad is shut down. Big movement there for C9. But FlyQuest...
What am I missing here? Shouldn't Masu just literally flash on this? This guy's dead. Masu can just flash on this guy and he's dead. And then they all walk through mid. Okay, Masu definitely entered that. I don't know why he didn't flash on that guy's head.
Infiltrate the hot zone and do it without losing anybody else. C9 trying to cut him off from Sven. Masu inspired and Busio. Or
I don't know what they're doing. Oh, why the fuck did... Okay, well... FlyQuest kind of just griefed the shit out of that. Also, I mean, Masu also entered it. That fight was really critical too. That's why I kind of slowed it down and just watched it a bit. It took me a bit longer to get to where I needed to go with it, but...
FlyQuest thought they had it all figured out, but C9 played the fight like absolute cinema. Problem is, Blaber trying to win out from Whippo. If you want to watch some cinema, you can also join a Regal watch party with finals. Quest thought they had it all figured out, but C9
so he catches this guy.
Like absolute cinema. Problem is, Blaber's got to try to get away now from Whippo. If you want to watch some cinema, reminder that you can also join a Regal
he just lost his Verisar. But there's nothing... Well, there is one objective up. There's a Baron if they're going to try to literally leverage Baron off Verisar, but... I don't really think that's a play you typically would go for.
And Bubba's only has one non-guaranteed V-stack because he wasn't able to get any from champions in that one layer. Now he's looking for Thanatos.
Yeah, Thanatos about to meet a whole lot of FlyQuest pressure. Loki almost up in the lane, but it's still hard to beat here. Still fast down for the time being.
Okay. I mean, I guess they can literally just... Once again... I don't understand this. Like, your Yorick cannot touch the top wave because he's scared. So why are you not 5-man mid? Like, what are we doing? Why are we not 5-man mid? Is our comp that much worse at 5-man mid? Not really. I mean, they have Verispoke, but that's about it. I mean, like, what else do they really have? Togath? But our Senna is so strong. Like, our Senna literally can just, like, walk up and start poking them, too. So we don't play on mid, and then Thanatos tries to play on top deep, kills himself. Yeah, maybe this guy shouldn't touch Yorick. Maybe he shouldn't play Yorick.
Two-manning the DPS as Masu and Busio try to interfere on the C9 approach. Busio immediately jumping in for the headbutt pulverize.
Since they got Rel's sums, or not Rel's sums, Rel's CDs, yeah, it was good for Busio to just all in that guy.
It's all because they got that super easy pick onto one of the Cloud9 split pushers. Thanatos was up here pushing on this side of the map, but they had no pressure in the other lanes, and so they were unable to get anything. See, we have a little malfunction here. There we go. They were unable to get anything for themselves. Well, got picked up, so FlyQuest return to Baron. Really good for them now. See how much can they get with this Baron power pushing for them. The siege will be very easy. The dragon will be very easy as well. We're kind of seeing reality. We talked about a little bit earlier with C9 being able to buy himself time to contest these dragons. The early ones this would be a whole lot scarier if you didn't have those first couple. If FlyQuest was now on Soul Pointer, even worse the Soul itself, but still just have to in the break count. But move right back up here in the defensive position. The neutral Thanatos split push. You got a 3-man squad, a bottom duo plus jungle, they're for FlyQuest. Also moving to join up 30 else. No real strong pushes in any one direction.
Yeah, no, they're really going to get too much pressure going. It seems like it was just they're going to take a goal from the Baron. They're going to see what they can get with it, but I don't really aggressively need anything in our stance now. It looks like they'll move forward here a little bit. Get division on the top side. They feel like between the mid lane and the top lane tier 2. Try to get at least one, if not both of those. And the Clownshow division now in the C9 jungle, this top lane tier 2 is going to be very difficult to defend. This one looks like pretty much easy to go down. And it's going to be nice and difficult.
Yeah, I don't think Thanatos are negative goals anybody wants to say that. Busio lost that last one forward to see immediate wraparound angle. Go ahead and sit with Busio already lost almost all of his life. The Senna ulti flies out. Busio survives and does not spend the break to do it. Meanwhile, bottom lane Loki pushing all the time. He claims the tier 2. FlyQuest is going to trade 1-1 they take one in mid lane. Ultimately ends up being a 2-for-1 alongside that tier 2 top. The C9 is fighting back, trading something from FlyQuest. Yeah, they have to stick to their strategy. They're fully.
If I was FlyQuest, you can't really split that well. So when they had Baron, they kind of just needed the 5-man run it down a lane. And that was it.
And he does have the component of the zone he's talking about. For Loki, if he doesn't actually use that, he can go towards that, get that zone later on. Of course, one of the things about Cassio is rare to get these super late games, but you can go 6 true items, it's going to be boost, so it is always beneficial to have a super late game on Cassio, because you have to give up boost speed to actually go for it, the true build.
Well, the Baron has now expired 2.5 minutes until next one live. About the exact same time, we're almost there on the Drake as well. We'll see if that ends up shaking out. Once we get a little further along, you can see 3 item power spikes coming along up here in the top side as Whippo now has the unending spare next to the big heart steal from earlier. 3 complete items from Masu's Bears as well. The same thing for Sven. Senna is now also up to 90 stats.
Yeah, I think he's going to keep on scaling. And Cloud9 says they do have some picks with the realm water, the Pantheon, ultimate heal, ultimate available. It's going to be very interesting how they play the next 5 minutes of this game. If they can continue to extend, continue to get more souls there for Sven, and get that range to an untenable situation. People look very custom to what Senna looks like now with the soul generation buffs that we're going to do in the late game.
26-15 in regards to the flower petals as well. Honestly, not as much of a gap.
I mean, we're really just playing for Drag, aren't we? Drag and Baron both can become up. Rel has wards on Baron already, so unless those don't expire anytime soon, like, yeah, I mean, they're fine. They'll last long enough. So they can lean into Dragon first, but they don't have control of the river, and they're having, like, issues finding the right way to enter, which means you probably need to enter through mid. And again, you can definitely enter through mid, but you got no vision on Dragon, and now you're trying to play Koi. But the timer difference was like 15 seconds, so technically they could have burned this pretty easily. They probably could have burned the Dragon. And so this is all C9 knows what to do. Like, they're just like, well, we'll, yeah, look, they get the drag. And now this guy killed himself. What the fuck is C9 doing? Like, actually, what are they actually doing? Like, it's kind of pissing me off. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually getting kind of pissed off. Like, their macro is just... And I can understand, because, like, I mean, they do have Loki and Thanatos who can't speak, like, their actual normal language. So it's not gonna be like, oh, these guys are idiots, because, like, they literally can't speak, like, clear English, right? Like, consistent, clear English. So, you're leaning on some of the decision-making of Blaber, Vulcan, Sven. But honestly, if I was Sven, I'd be really pissed at my team. Like, I'd be just looking at Blaber and just be like, bro, like, what the fuck are you doing this game? Like, you actually did literally nothing. Like, like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, worst player of the game is Blaber. Like, low-key, it's Blaber. I just, like, he completely griefed so many scenarios and situations, and then it's a close, like, in second worst player, it's definitely Vulcan and how he played. The MVP... trying to figure out who I want to actually put for the MVP. Because I feel like Quad just cleaned up a bunch of shit. He didn't really do anything too phenomenal. He wasn't, like, the most critical player, per se, in the end of the day to these situations. But neither was Masu. Busio was okay. I think Busio had some... he had literally, like, 2 int moments, but generally it was not bad. I'm, like, stuck between Blippo and Inspired, though, for this one. I really don't know. I'm just gonna put Blippo Inspired for now. Like, I know the scoreline of, like, of Cassio's 8-1-3. It's like, oh, shit. But, like, to be perfectly honest, like, yeah, I didn't really feel it. Like, I felt Rise and her were having the exact same impact. It's just their scorelines look completely different. But Blippo Inspired, for sure, were, like, the big factors in this game. And, you know, I'll put, like, an honorable mention, like, Busio, because I do think Busio was... Well, he did... Okay, he had 2 int moments, but, like, I felt like he was still doing some better things. But yeah, these guys, I mean, it was just a... Definitely a jungle diff.